Let's bring out our next bout of the evening, Stephen Coleman.
Back at it here at Shamrock FC 289. Jeremy Johnson along with my partner Kevin Engel. We are live at Ameristar Casino as we move into our main card this evening. It is Stephen Coleman coming to us by way of the Academy of Courage. Now, in this camp, he told me that he worked on his angles. These two were originally supposed to fight last time we were in Kansas City. Unfortunately, it was canceled due to a medical issue with Travis Sumler. I talked to Travis. He said there is no more problems. He is ready to go. Stephen Coleman says, I am just happy to be back here at Shamrock FC in Kansas City.
Yeah, and Coleman has wanted this fight. He knows Sumler is a good fighter. Coleman wants to test himself against other good fighters. Coleman has fought some of the toughest guys around.
Let's bring out his opponent tonight, Travis Sumler.
Coming to us by way of Wichita, Kansas, out of Griffey Muay Thai, it is Travis Sumler. Travis Sumler is a man of few words, but does his speaking in the cage. He is one of the most quietest people I've ever had to interview, but when he gets in, he throws down. And as we go to our tail of the tape, Stephen Coleman, 25 years old, 5'7", 134.4 pounds, out of O'Fallon, Missouri. Travis Sumler, 22 years old, 5'9", 132 pounds, out of Wichita, Kansas. Both of these fighters have been looking forward to this contest since the last time they were supposed to throw down.
Yeah, Sumler is a typical looks can be deceiving. He is very non-threatening looking, but when you see him fight in the cage, you'll think completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, fighting out of the blue corner this evening, he stands 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighs in at 134.4 pounds. Fighting out of O'Fallon, Missouri, Stephen Coleman. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the red corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighs in at 132.6 pounds. Fighting out of Wichita, Kansas, Travis Sumler.
Here we go to kick off the main card. This one has been a long time in the making, Kevin, and here we go. Quick touch of the gloves, and we are into the action. Coleman immediately shoots and gets the takedown.
Catches the kick of Sumler and immediately shoots for a takedown. Sumler is dangerous off of his back, so Coleman's going to need to be very careful from this in his guard.
Sumler is a legitimate Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt and looks here working that guard, holding the position. You're working an overhook position.
Yeah, and Coleman is just trying to stay out of danger. He's looking to posture up now and create a little space to land some stronger strikes.
Yeah, Sumler has that arm trap. Big slam coming from Coleman, bringing him over to his corner.
Yeah, smart job of Coleman to bring Sumler to his corner where he can work and listen to his coaches that can maybe see things that he can't see.
How important is the corner here in a fight like this?
Oh, the corner can make the difference of getting submitted, not getting submitted, passing guard. He's got to watch out for the triangle. He's going to need to posture up.
Heavy ground and pound coming out of Stephen Coleman here, working the head position on Sumler. Sumler trying to get his back on the cage here, trying to stand up, looks to be working for a guillotine.
Yeah, it looks like an arm and guillotine. It's going to be a little tougher to finish that. Coleman about to pop his head out.
Sumler giving up on that guillotine attempt here. Again, Coleman pressing the head of Sumler up against that cage, starting to work on the body, going to the head. Sumler looking to shift here, possibly for an armbar.
Yeah, Coleman's going to want to follow the hips of Sumler. You do not want Sumler sideways. He's definitely going for an armbar. He needs to follow the hips.
There it is. Big slam. Coleman trying to posture. Under 1 minute remaining. Nice, gets out of that position.
Yeah, he
working
kind of
now.
powered his way out.
Sometimes that's not the best way to do it. You really sometimes can lock in that position even worse.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 shot of whether you're going to finish. Then there's a triangle. He's going to need the posture.
30 seconds remaining here in round one. Can Coleman survive? Trying to put that elbow in to take the position.
Yeah, Coleman needs to posture his head up. As long as his head's down, he's in danger of getting finished with this triangle. I don't think Sumler's going to have enough time to finish it.
10 seconds remaining here in the round. Coleman landing the shots here, not able to lock in his Sumler as he's trying. Coleman has survived round one.
Coleman survived round one, but he's put in danger several times.
If you're in the corner of Stephen Coleman, what are you telling him?
I'm telling him when he gets Sumler on the ground, he needs to posture up. He needs to follow the hips when he's in the guard of Sumler. If he follows the hips, he'll negate everything he's trying to do. Keep the head postured.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to thank Rome Estates 2, luxury and apartment.
Yeah, as we saw there in our instant replay, Coleman gets a good takedown, but Sumler is very dangerous off his back.
100%. Great takedown by Coleman. You know, that's a close round depending on how you judge it. Do you judge the guy on top? I don't think Coleman did a ton of damage. Sumler was on his back the whole time but threw up a few submissions. I don't think he was ever really in danger. Coleman was ever in danger of being submitted, but close round either way.
Yeah, that's a hard round to call. Do you call the submission attempts of Sumler or the takedowns of Coleman? Coleman again looking for the takedown. Sumler trying to pummel underneath there.
Coleman needs to get his hands clasped and lift with his back. Nice takedown.
Again here, Sumler trying to work for that guillotine position.
Yeah, gonna be tough to finish that guillotine from this position. He's not even in half guard yet.
Nice head position work here coming out of Coleman.
Coleman doing little punches here, trying to soften up Sumler.
The little punches do have an effect. It may not hurt as much, but it's absolutely annoying. And after 5 or 6 shots in the ribs, you want to move.
Yeah, and that can open up your head for a stronger strike that could be a fight-ending strike.
And again here, Coleman playing the head position game, keeping Sumler's head up against the cage, grading it back and forth.
Yeah, Coleman's reaching under, trying to grab the foot of Sumler to pass to Coleman's right side.
Sumler definitely not having any of it. Nice work there, though, from Coleman.
Passing in the half guard. Looks like he's trying to knee slide into side control. Defended pretty well by Sumler.
Trying to hop that half guard to no luck here. Sumler back to butterfly position. Under a minute and a half remaining here in round 2.
Sumler's not really doing a lot from his back besides a couple submission attempts in the first round. Good job by Coleman to posture and throw some hard strikes.
Coleman here working to control the hands, landing again. Sumler sweeping here, trying for that submission.
Coleman needs to get his head up. You know, when he's leaning his head down, his butt is higher than his head. That is not the correct position to be in.
30 seconds remaining here in the second round. Big slam there coming from Coleman. Again, in this position here, what does Coleman need to do?
He needs to get his butt lower than his head, get his hands free, and start throwing some strong strikes. There's only 10 seconds left in the round. You have nothing to lose.
Coleman has done a good job here, though, of neutralizing the submissions of Sumler.
Yeah, that round he did. In the first round, he got put in a couple bad spots, but defended well.
Shamrock FC returns July.
So now, if you were in the corner of Travis Sumler, what are you telling him to finish this fight?
Well, he got to defend the takedown. Maybe get a takedown of his own, try and be on top. Much easier to submit people from the top position than from your back.
Shamrock FC when we return July 7th.
As we go here to our instant replay again, we see Coleman pick him up, slam him down, just trying to almost work his hands free by landing that big Rampage-esque slam from the old Pride days.
Yeah, and if Sumler doesn't keep his chin tucked, he can slam his head on the mat. That could knock somebody out.
Third and final round here. Kevin, how do you see it so far?
You know, I think it's 2 rounds to none for Coleman, but that first round, like I said, could have gone either way, depending on the judge.
Right now, Kansas City, let's get these guys fired up. Who wants it? Let's go.
Third and final round in this fight. The opener for our main card this evening here at Shamrock FC 289. A quick touch of the gloves. Who is going to come out stronger? Coleman again rushes in, eats a knee. Trying to lock in that double. A lot of knees coming to the inside of the thigh.
Coleman needs to watch out for the guillotine of Sumler. Now he's got the hands clasped. He should score another takedown here.
Nice takedown there from Coleman, ending up in side control. Sumler looking to get back to guard. Back into full guard is Sumler. Coleman pressing that body up against the cage, landing the hits to the ribs.
Now, especially in this position, you know, possibly up 2 rounds, in dominant position, Coleman needs to especially follow the hips. Anywhere Sumler moves his hips, Coleman needs to follow with his hips to negate any submission attempts.
Coleman working his head position here as we are down to halfway through the third and final round.
He definitely needs to keep his head postured. He needs to get Sumler's hands off of his head, keep postured in case Sumler throws his legs up for a triangle again.
Sumler trying to spin.
He needs to posture that head up. Sumler looking almost for an omoplata.
Which is a tough submission to hit in the world of MMA.
1 minute last and final round, Kansas City. Let these guys hear ya!
Again, Coleman working his positions here.
Yeah, I'd like to see Coleman, his corner is urging him to open up and start throwing some strikes. He's to follow the hips, watch out for the armbar attempt.
Coleman has done everything possible to neutralize Sumler's game off his back. As we are under 30 seconds here in the final round, Coleman started to open up a little bit with the punches. Sumler again turning.
He needs to watch the armbar.
Sumler looking to lock in that armbar. It's tight.
It is tight. 10 seconds left.
Can Coleman survive? 10 seconds remaining.
Barely survives. That armbar was deep on Coleman, who has a cut over his right eye. I don't know where that came from.
What a job here from Stephen Coleman to neutralize the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt in Travis Sumler.
Coleman is as tough as they come. There was no way he was tapping on that armbar attempt.
Absolutely not. And that was a deep armbar.
That was very deep. and Coleman's arm is certainly going to be sore tonight and tomorrow.
Stephen Coleman very happy with his performance. Still more action to come, but first let's send it up to the cage to Stephen Baer to give us our results.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the scorecards this evening, let's give both of these fighters a big round of applause. Going to the scorecards this evening, your winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner, Stephen Coleman.
Stephen Coleman having enough positional work here and good takedowns to take that win.
Yeah, I think that's what got it for him. The takedowns being on top, you know, because Sumler did some good work from his back in the first and third rounds.
Absolutely, but coming up next, it is the heavyweights as Anthony Garrett takes on Bo Bad News Kuntz, coming back right here at Shamrock Fighting Championships.